Today, a small county in central Pennsylvania, a county in south central Pennsylvania, right on the border with rural Maryland, they were just advised today by the state that the state has decertified their entire voting system. Their voting machines, the counting equipment, the software, everything. It's now decertified and cannot legally be used in any future election. They have to buy all new stuff. And that's because local Republican officials in that one little county, they handed over all the voting equipment in that county to a random, uncertified private company to do some kind of, wizardy Spanish Inquisition on the county's machines. This was after pro-Trump Republicans in the Pennsylvania State Senate demanded that. The Trump Republicans in the state Senate had demanded other counties in Pennsylvania do that too, but it was just this one little really pro-Trump Republican county that said, yes, we want to do that. And now that one small county in south central Pennsylvania has this giant expense they've got to bear on their own to replace every single piece of voting equipment that they've got in the entire county. Because in their rush to participate in the Trump fantasy that the election shouldn't have counted, and there's some monster you can find in the machines that will show it, they've now ensured that their voting equipment cannot be used to count anything ever again. Well done. But the same thing happened just last month in one of the biggest counties in the country, in Maricopa County, Arizona, which is the fourth largest county in the country by population. They, too, had their entire voting system decertified, and they, too, need to buy all new everything for elections after Trump Republicans in the state Senate forced them to turn over their entire voting system and all the ballots from the presidential election to a random, uncertified, totally inexperienced one-man band company called Cyber Ninjas, even though it's really just one guy, so it should be Cyber Ninja. Arizona taxpayers will therefore be shelling out millions of dollars to replace all of that equipment, which will now have to be junked because those guys have been doing Lord knows what with it since they got their hands on it in April. They started that scam audit thing in Arizona in April. They said it would take 3 weeks. It's July. And nobody seems to know what they're up to anymore. They don't really feel the need to update anybody anymore because every time they do, they're like, we're looking for the bamboo. And the whole country laughs at them. So they don't give any updates anymore. But they haven't said they're done. What are they doing? What are they planning on doing with whatever results they finally announce? Well, the day after tomorrow, former President Donald Trump is going to Maricopa County, Arizona. This is his first trip to Arizona since he lost re-election. With the help of his loss in that swing state. He's going to Arizona on Saturday to hype the Cyber Ninja audit there at what he's calling a rally to protect our elections. The Arizona Republic sort of gently puts it to their readers, quote, Trump continues to falsely claim he did not lose the 2020 election and sees the Arizona Review as a mechanism to spread his unfounded theory and perhaps reinstate him. And former Republican U.S. Senator Martha McSally to office. You and who? Raise your hand if you think not just Trump, but Martha McSally is going to be returned triumphantly to Washington because of whatever the guy from Cyber Ninjas is going to say. Raise your hand. Now, I can see all of you through the TV screen because I am Q, and as Q, I have the power to see backwards through cameras. What? So I can see that very few of you have your hands up right now. Very few of you actually think that Trump and Martha McSally will be reinstated by this process of pro-Trump Republicans trashing voting equipment and spewing conspiracy theories about communist ballots being airdropped from Italy or whatever. Ask Mike Flynn. I can see that you don't believe it, many of you. But enough diehard Trump supporters do believe it to make this a very lucrative gig. The Arizona Republic reports tonight that one of the Republican state senators in Arizona who's been promoting the audit thing in Arizona all along, he's now selling T-shirts promoting his cause. The cost of his T-shirts? Well, it's a sliding scale by size. They're $35 to $45 for a T-shirt. Wow. Order yours today. It's $35 for a small or $45 for a double extra large, which frankly just seems rude. The Washington Post tonight reports that former President Trump appears to have found a tidy path through the wreckage to pay his living expenses via this nonsense that he continues to stoke. Here's the headline in the Post tonight, quote, Trump's PAC, Political Action Committee, collected $75 million this year, but so far the group has not put money into pushing for the 2020 ballot reviews he touts. Here's the lead. Former President Donald Trump's political PAC raised about $75 million in the first half of this year as he trumpeted the false notion that the 2020 election was stolen from him. But the PAC has not devoted funds to help finance the ongoing ballot review in Arizona or to push for similar endeavors in other states, according to people familiar with the finances. Instead, the Save America Leadership PAC, which has few limits on how it can spend its money, instead of paying for the actual, audits and stuff, what it's instead paying for is some of the former president's travel, legal costs, and staff, along with other expenses, according to the people who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe the group's inner workings. So dude is raising money for this PAC, Save America, by saying he needs to save America. And the way he's going to save America is you need to give him money so he can fund these efforts to overturn the election results so he can be rightfully reinstated along with Martha McSally. But then he's not actually spending any of the money on anything like that at all. What is he using it to pay for again, though? What's the list there? The PAC money is being spent on, quote, the former president's travel, legal costs, and staff, and other expenses. Yeah, other expenses. Stop the steal. Buy me lunch. Quote, since leaving office, Trump has repeatedly pushed for various states to overturn the election results, sending out a blizzard of statements with unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud. He has consulted with state officials in Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Is that what we call it, consulting? And he has described state ballot reviews as the key to prove he won the 2020 election. His political group has repeatedly urged donors to give by claiming that Trump is working to protect their vote, fundraising pitches that his advisors say remain the most lucrative. One recent Facebook ad says, quote, we need you to join the fight to secure our elections. Yeah, join the fight to secure our elections. Pay for my private jet gas. Buy me a sandwich. Pay for my staff and my other expenses. Save America. That is a world-class grift, man.